What is up, guys? We are back after a 2.5-week absence. This is the Four Quarters of a Whole Idiot. My name is Brett Shevlin, and welcome. We have a full crew this week, starting with Noah Druin. How you doing, Noah?
I'm good. How are you, Brett?
I'm wonderful. And we also have Austin Corey in his normal voice.
Yo, what's up?
And last but not least, Austin Specht. What's good?
Oh, yeah, Brett. Fuck you. Let's get into it.
All right. We're going to start this right off with our fantasy. Actually, before we get started, just a quick couple plugs, just to follow us on Spotify, YouTube, all that jazz. We got our merch at merchroom.com. Just, go check us out. Give us a little peep. We got some we got some new
merch plug.
Yeah, we got some new winter apparel. We got beanies. We got all that jazz.
Hey man, Christmas is around the corner.
Get swagged out, fellas.
Get swagged out. Alrighty, so like I said, I have quarterbacks this week, so let's just get right into it. My first start is Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
Foles.
I'm on the Nick Foles train.
Okay.
100%.
Let's hear it. Why?
He's playing Tampa Bay. That's why. I'm going to steal that from you.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's playing Tampa Bay. And his
Maybe
last 2 weeks coming back from injury have been pretty good. He only has 2 touchdowns, and that was his first game back. He didn't have any touchdowns last week, but he's past 250 passing yards both times. And, it looks like the Jaguars' offense is really starting to click a little bit more. They seem to be leaning towards more of a pass-heavy offense. So I like Nick Foles this week against Tampa Bay. Great matchup. And my second start is Ryan Tannehill.
Ooh.
Yes.
Whoa.
Ryan Tannehill.
Okay. Why?
Well, as we all know, the Titans start off really slow, right? I think they were like 3-5 to start off the season. They benched Marcus Mariota, aka the Hawaiian. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his nickname, but they call him
Hawaiian. That's all that
matters.
matters.
He's
That's the important part.
He's a Hawaiian that can't play. Okay, he's on the bench.
Whoa.
The suck-ass Hawaiian.
the suck-ass Hawaiian, yeah. Ever since then, Ryan Tannehill has been absolutely balling. I just picked him up on my fantasy team because he was unrostered. And they're playing the Indianapolis Colts this week, which they're like middle of the pack defense, I would say. They're not great, but they're not bad. Last week, he threw for 259 yards and 2 touchdowns. I just like the way the Titans offense has been heading. Derrick Henry has been completely torching opposing defenses the last few weeks, and Ryan Tannehill is kind of, following that trend. They've been able to keep a steady passing and rushing attack. I would start Ryan Tannehill. And my sits, now, I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've said this person's name as far as a sit is concerned.
Will
Who is
Lutz.
it? Drop it to us.
Don't say Will Lutz.
Tom Brady.
Yikes.
Oh, whoa. Wow.
Hot take alert.
Okay.
Tell him, Brett.
Now, as I'm sure many of you know, we are all from the New England area, so we rep the New England Patriots.
All day.
And, the Patriots offense is just, I'm sorry, they've taken a step back this year. They really have. And last week, the last 2 weeks, I've been able to watch the full games against the Eagles and the Cowboys. And 1 touchdown last week for Brady, and it was the cheapest touchdown ever because the Patriots got it on like the 20-yard line, and he just threw a back fade to N'Keal Harry. The week before, he didn't even have a passing touchdown. Their only touchdown of the day was Julian Edelman doing the stupid New England special, the Philly special, whatever.
The New England special.
I mean, they did start it. The Eagles stole the move from them, but whatever,
I digress.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell him, Brett. Tell him.
Tell him, Brett. Tell him. New shirt.
Yeah, so to be honest, I'm really just like on my soapbox about how bad Tom Brady has been this season and
Are
how
you saying he should retire?
he has no. Well,
That's
saying
what
he's
it sounds like.
You saying he's going to a different team?
That could be a whole podcast. We've talked about that before. I don't want to.
Can we
I don't want
please
to.
not right now.
I don't want to
I
stray
don't
away.
expect to start.
I'm scratching at my neck, dude, like an addict.
He's
like,
ready.
well, let me tell you about his real estate. Like,
So yeah, Tom Brady's going up against the Houston Texans this week in Houston. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. So yeah, I would sit him unless you literally have nobody else. I mean, I'm sure most people who have Tom Brady probably drafted him pretty high, and I mean, unless you have a really good backup, then you're probably starting him. But if you do have someone like a Kyler Murray or whatever, start him instead. Like, don't start Brady. Don't go off the name value. And then my second sit is Jimmy G. They're playing Baltimore. I mean, you saw what Jared Goff was able to do Monday night, and that was absolutely nothing. Yeah, the Ravens defense is really coming into their own. They're probably top 5 at this point. The Jimmy Smith, Marcus Peters cornerback duo is really taken over the league, I think. And the 49ers are mainly they're mainly a defensive team anyways. Jimmy G hasn't really been able to, take the horns by any means on the team. So I would sit him for sure. Now, who has running backs?
oh, wait, can I bring up a funny point that because you brought up Jared Goff?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So, did you know that Julian Edelman has more touchdowns in the month of November than Jared Goff does?
That's wonderful.
Wow, I did not know that.
Jared Goff has none. Just wanted to lay that out there.
He doesn't have a
So,
touchdown in all month.
all month. He hasn't thrown a touchdown all month. They were off
Holy
the first
shit.
week. He threw no touchdowns the second week against Pittsburgh, and then they played the Bears. He got no touchdowns, and they still won that Bears game, so that's funny. And then they obviously got torched on Monday.
You hate
Oh.
to see it.
Yeah, you really do.
What a
Whatever. As long as that's not Tom Brady.
From the highest scoring offense last season to
like
What?
It's because they don't use Todd Gurley the way they should be, man.
well,
needs
he
to get
can't
that ball back.
he can't handle that workload anymore. He's getting up there for a
What do you
running back
mean he's
age.
getting up there? He's been in the league for like 3 years, 4 years.
Once you get to like 28, that's like old for a running back.
Yeah.
especially when
Really?
they used to run it like 300 times.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of running backs,
Whew,
that would
segue.
be. Woo! It's been 2.5 weeks. I still got it. So you boys got running backs. So my first, I'm gonna start with. I think I'm gonna alternate. Do something a little crazy today.
Whoa.
Crazy. Look, man, we
That's not on
can't
the
handle
clock.
that.
So the first sit I'd like to offer. I don't know why I'm saying this, but I am going to say Mr. Chris Carson of the Seattle Seahawks
Yo.
versus the Minnesota Vikings. Reason being,
You're gonna
I don't.
regret that.
I might, but my reason being is that Chris Carson was just held to. He only had 8 attempts against Philly last week, for 26 yards. He wasn't super involved, and I really don't think the game script against the Vikings is going to favor him. I have a feeling it's going to be more of an offensive battle than a defensive battle, considering Seattle's defense isn't very good this season, and Minnesota has been. Their defense has been pretty good, but I feel as though it's going to be a high-scoring affair, which means Chris Carson won't be getting the ball as often as he could. But he's pretty much a must-start in every in every league. But I just wanted to say something different.
He's a must start, but sit him.
Yes. I am a paradox. I am an enigma. So This made so much more sense before I started saying it, but now I need to commit, so I'm going to commit.
Well, no,
my first...
I'll help your point a little bit, Noah. I don't know if anyone saw Rashad Penny's stat line last week.
That's because he had one really big run, dude. Come on.
No, he had like 21 carries though.
Yes, that was the other thing I forgot to mention about why he only had 8 carries, Chris Carson. So, I don't really know what's going on there.
Do some facts here.
Okay, well, you can do your facts. I'm going to move on to my first start, which
Wrong.
this
I'm
one
gonna
makes
do
sense, I
some
promise.
research.
It's going to be Miles Sanders from the Philadelphia Eagles. So Jordan Howard sat last week, and Mr. Sanders got his first start of the season. He didn't do amazing, but he had a respectable stat line, 3 receptions for 23 yards, and 12 carries for 63 yards. Decent outing, and this week looks to be even better if Jordan Howard sits again. Because he's playing the Miami Dolphins, and that is my evidence.
Can I just point one thing out about Rashad Penny? Not to like really discredit your point, but he only had 14 touches last week.
For the sake of credibility, yeah, he only had 14.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you're lying to me, Brett. You bolstered my point, and you
But it's
didn't...
like he carried the ball 79 times. Like, what do you mean?
That's still impressive though. 14, 129, and a touchdown. Like.
He had a 58-yard rushing touchdown in the fourth quarter.
Well,
still
ran it.
I guess, but like without that run, it's 13 for 70. So
Sit
I mean, that's still good, but
sit Chris Carson.
Carson.
My other start. I guess I'm not going to alternate. Okay, actually no. I'll just go with my other sit.
Christ.
I can't make up my mind. My other sit is Tevin Coleman of the San Francisco 49ers against the Ravens. Similar reason to that of Chris Carson. However, Tevin Coleman hasn't been as consistently good as Chris Carson. Tevin Coleman is better in PPR leagues. However, I feel as though for a game like this, both teams have fantastic offenses and defenses, but I'm leaning more towards this being a higher scoring game than a defensive battle similar to Minnesota and Seattle. Tevin Coleman has not really impressed since he's... Really, in the last couple of weeks, he hasn't done amazing, and so I don't think he's one to start this week. And so
what if you have to start him?
What if you have to?
Yeah.
Then start him. Like I'll ask that. Yeah, I'll be sure to ask that when we get to your tight ends. I'm gonna ask why you should start any of the people you talk about, Austin.
I'll give you real reasons.
You know. I don't really appreciate being interrupted so much by you, Austin. You're a little sassy right now.
I apologize.
Don't you want to hear my last start?
Yeah, I'm fucking on the edge of my seat. Let's hear it.
My other start is Josh Jacobs of the Oakland Raiders versus the Chiefs. Jacobs has been having some shoulder problems as of late. However, if he's healthy and can suit up against the Chiefs have terrible stats against the rush this season. They're allowing the 3rd most rushing yards per game with 143.1. Josh Jacobs has impressed many people this season, likely going to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. And yeah, start Josh Jacobs if he's healthy. And that is it for running backs. Finally, after all the interruptions.
Good job, Noah.
I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Austin Specht for wide receivers.
Oh, baby. I am going to do the same thing as Noah. The sit. My first sit. And this is speaking from sweet, sweet experience. Sit Emmanuel Sanders against the Baltimore Ravens. Now that I said it, Emmanuel Sanders will probably go off for about 100 yards and 2 touchdowns.
We'll start him, really.
Yeah, actually, I guess this is really the start segment.
This is the do what you want segment of the podcast.
Anyone I say, just start them, even though I say because they're going to blow up. Emmanuel Sanders has not been good. 1 catch against Green Bay for 15 yards. Did they need him? No, not the point. And then 3 for 33 against Arizona, 2 for 24 against Seattle. So bad. And it's not getting any easier going to play Baltimore. So there you go. Who else we got? I'll go to my start now. DJ Chark against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's playing Tampa. There you go.
Yeah, he's gonna have.
Sounds good to me.
It's probably gonna. Yeah, I mean, what else do I gotta say?
They've a really shitty team against the wide receivers.
They've allowed 12 touchdowns and the 3rd most fantasy points to wide receivers lined out wide. So there you go.
Yeah,
he's out there all the time. And then another one is I am going to start Jarvis Landry. He had quite the game, albeit against the Miami Dolphins. It was still a game that counted.
Barely.
Yeah, barely. He's a slot receiver, and only the Buccaneers, who I just talked about, have allowed more fantasy points to slot receivers. So start that man. And then another sit. Another one who has plagued my bench. Like, this man just refuses to go off, except when I drop him. Is Marquise Brown. I don't. He's going against. Do I need to? He's going against the 49ers. That sucks. That's gonna suck. So, like, I mean, yeah, he got 2 touchdowns, but like, still, I don't know. The 49ers matchup, that's a no bueno matchup. That's not who you want to. It's not really who you want to see on the other side of the field. And then one more start is Will Lutz. Anyways, Austin. Anyways, Austin,
Okay.
who you got at tight ends?
All right. Well, I'll start with my starting tight ends because I'm a normal fucking human being.
Well,
we
you're
got
a redhead, so
damn.
are you?
Dang.
So we
Jacob
got
Hollister better be on this list.
Don't start. No, actually, don't start Jacob Hollister, because guess what he did on my team last week? Nothing.
you 1 point.
Nope, he got me 4.
Oh well, it's better than 1. Better than TJ Hawkinson for you. Anyways, my starting tight ends this week. My first guy is going to be Mr. Kyle Rudolph on the Vikings against Seattle. They're coming off a bye, and I know Kyle Rudolph overall this season hasn't really done great, but in the last 3 games he has 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's been doing really well.
So he's definitely starting to pick that back up. And Seattle is the 29th worst defense against tight ends. So I think he's enrolled to have a really good game. So start Mr. Kyle Rudolph. And then the next guy is I don't know how to say his last name, but his first name's Dallas. The last name's like Goddard or something like that. Goddard. Maybe Goddard. That's how you say it. Of the Eagles at Miami. Zach Ertz missed practice today with a hamstring injury, and he's questionable to make it this game. So if he doesn't suit up, that puts Dallas into an automatic starting tier, because I mean last week Zach Ertz had 12 catches. So if he can even see half those targets, he's in for a big game. Obviously, if Zach Ertz does suit up, however, you might want to tamper your expectations, but he could definitely play him. My bench tight ends this week is going to be this guy named Mike Gesicki. He's Miami Dolphins tight end.
Wow, you're really reaching now.
He's lost all credibility.
Who?
Shut this thing down.
Yeah, sit the 3rd string tight end on the Miami Dolphins.
What is
He's
his
actually
name?
the
Mike-
starting. Just thinking,
What
I don't
the-
know. Yo, if you go into the waiver wire in our league right now,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
like the
looking
top
at him right
tight end.
now.
Yeah, that guy. I don't know why he's the top guy there. They're facing the Eagles, which is the top 5 ranked fucking defense against tight ends. Plus, he's on the Dolphins. Like, why would you even think about picking him up? Don't pick him up. Don't do it. Don't start him. And then literally
10%.
anybody else.
Okay, hold on a second. So this man,
Austin
Mike
thinks he can just walk away.
Mike Gesicki is owned in only 10% of leagues. You think you're talking like the
Just
10%?
shameful 10%.
I guarantee.
No,
Dude, how many? Why, Austin?
I don't know.
At least pick someone that's normally rostered.
I mean, maybe in a couple.
How
weeks
did you
will be
even
more
find
than
him? That's
He was right there on the waiver wire. Who else do you want me to say, dude?
David Njoku.
This is the worst fucking
who's played one
position
game
ever.
this year, David Njoku, who's been hurt all year and played 1 game, is rostered more than Mike Gesicki.
Sit David Njoku too, because he's hurt. Or is he coming back? Tell me he's coming back. Oh damn! Well, don't start him. He's coming off injury.
All right, Austin, who's next?
And then I'm gonna just throw my defenses at you. Start the Panthers defense against the Redskins because the Redskins suck. They're only scoring 13.1 points a game.
Yes.
So that's like a no-brainer there. And then this team's kind of gone under the radar for fantasy wise. The Jets, they're like the 7th ranked defense right now in fantasy. Coming on in the past 3 games, they have 2 defensive touchdowns, and they're facing the Bengals this week. So play them.
Are they really? Hold on,
Yeah.
I
They've
I just
low-key
picked them up.
been killing it.
wow. That's
So
nice.
yeah, so I would start them. And then for defenses to sit, I picked the Falcons and the Redskins because they suck and they're facing high scoring defense or offenses.
Sweet, sweet content.
I can hear 98.5 the Sports Hub calling right now. They have a prime time slot for us.
I do have a fire pickup of the week though, if y'all want to hear that.
Oh, start her up.
All right. So it's actually a tight end. His name's Ryan Griffin. He plays for the Jets. He's only owned in 24.9% of leagues.
More than
and-
Gesicki.
Yeah, exactly. And he's kind of he's popping off recently. In the last 2 games, he has a touchdown in each. 2 weeks ago, he had a stat line of 5 catches, 109 yards, and 1 touchdown. So he has the big playing capabilities there. And also in the next 2 weeks, he gets to face the Bengals and the Dolphins, and then unfortunately the Ravens. But the next 2 weeks for the playoffs, he's very serviceable. So pick him up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a pickup I'd like to throw out there.
Sure.
Brett mentioned him earlier, but Mr. Nick Foles, I think he's worth a pickup. For those people entering into the fantasy playoffs that may need a quarterback. He's actually been pretty good. In the last 2 games, he scored 14.9 or more fantasy points in standard leagues. He's playing Tampa Bay this week, which in most leagues is the week before fantasy playoffs start, and then he plays Los Angeles, and then Oakland, and then Atlanta. So he's got some good matchups coming up. And the other reason I'm bringing him up is because he's only owned in 24.1% of leagues. But he's got some good matchups coming up, and he's been playing well. So pick up Nick Foles. I already have. And I did not make the fantasy playoffs in our league, but it's besides the point.
That's because your team sucks. You didn't pick him up soon enough.
I have the same record as you, dumbass. How do you feel now?
Yeah, but I think I beat you in the game that we played, so that's why I'm in the playoffs and you're not. So
Semantics.
Yeah.
Who else has a pickup? I'm over it.
All right.
At least I didn't finish 3-9 again. That's all I wanted.
You ready for this? Pick up my
it.
boy,
Baker
Zane
Mayfield.
Gonzalez.
Who?
Zane Gonzalez.
Oh my god.
He's the
Hey,
kicker.
Oh my god.
He's the 5th ranked fantasy kicker right now. All right. Top 5 talent ain't easy to come by.
Okay.
So why
Can
didn't
I-
you pick him up in the league yet?
No,
That's
I
my
actually
question.
I'll
can
hit
I
ad right now. I'll hit ad right
pick
now.
up Young Ho Koo from
Yes.
the Atlanta Falcons.
He's
The man's on fire. The man is on fire.
Who?
Young Ho Koo from the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, and drop Baker Mayfield.
Okay, well, mine's a kind of obvious pickup. I'm sure everyone probably picked him up on Wednesday, but Jonathan Williams, if he's like still available in your league, like definitely pick him up because Marlon Mack is going to be missing a couple more weeks with his injury. But the last 2 weeks, Jonathan Williams, he had 116 rushing yards week 11 against Jacksonville. And then last week, he had 104 rushing yards and a touchdown against Houston. So the Colts definitely like running the ball. I would say they lean more towards the run. And 100-yard performances back-to-back weeks, that's definitely worth a pickup in my opinion.
Of course.
So, yeah.
Oh, I have a real one actually. Just thought of it.
Hear it.
I picked him up. You got to pick up Bo Scarborough. He's the he's an old Alabama guy, isn't he, Brett?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he 18 carries for 98 yards, and someone has to take over for the Thanksgiving Day Magic this year, unless Matt Stafford wants to drag his crippled, deformed body out onto the field. And I don't know. He's been solid. He's got over 14 carries for the 2 games he's played, so that's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Anybody
yeah.
got drops though? I got a drop if nobody else does.
Let me check my notes. I honestly can't remember.
Right,
Yes, I do. Drop Lamar Jackson so I can pick him up. Thank you.
Perfect. I'll tell Alec to get on that.
I actually have a real drop, and it kind of hurts me to say this because I was low-key excited about drafting him this season.
Drop Sterling Shepard.
Yes.
No, not Sterling
Yes.
Shepard. It's not Sterling Shepard. He's a running back, and he actually gets about 20 touches a game. He just doesn't know how to do anything with any of those touches, and his name's David Montgomery.
You're gonna
Um,
drop him?
Bro, ready?
Like,
You want to hear something crazy? So he in week 8, he broke out, right? 27 carries, 135 yards, 1 rushing touchdown. In our league, 40 fantasy points. That's a lot, right? So if you take that game out, his stat line be for the whole season, 129 rushes on 384 yards and 4 rushing touchdowns. He averages 2.9 yards per carry.
Yikes.
I'm really seriously considering dropping this guy. He's owned in 92.5% of leagues. He's always projected to do really good every single week, and he fucking sucks. I'm sick of the frustrations. I think I really am going to drop
Austin,
this
I think
guy.
the only reason you're bringing this up on the podcast is because you're just trying to justify doing it yourself.
Yeah. It's like
Perhaps.
All right, who's with me?
Come on, guys. Drop Patrick Mahomes. He has been
Fuck that, yo.
outscored. He
I
has
dropped
been
him.
outscored by Tariq Cohen in the last 3 weeks.
Did you just drop
Tariq
him?
Cohen, yeah, I did. That us. And Tariq Cohen actually has been vulturing carries. I mean, last week 6
He
carries.
actually did
2
it.
weeks ago he had
Easy with
9
that.
carries. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
easy with that. He's not been vulturing.
The past 2 weeks he has, bro.
13 and 14 for Montgomery, and let's go find Tariq Cohen. 13
6 and 9.
14.
I'm telling you, 6 and 9. The whole season he's usually really small, like 3 or 4.
That's less
but-
carries than vulturing, stealing. Okay, I get you.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I thought you
saying.
meant he took
Like,
over
he-
carries.
no,
I was like, math eludes you, my friend. I said, that works. All right. Fuck
Yeah,
this
that's my drop.
All right,
I'm-
Mr.
I'm-
the NFL topic.
Pick up Tariq Cohen too, because I just did it. Fuck it. He's the better option. as of now.
Such sweet commentary. Fuck it. I don't know. Yeah. Like
the Austin Corey
Oh my
support group.
God.
Also drop Will Lutz so I can pick him up.
Yes, drop Will Lutz if you want to win your league.
All right, Brett, what's next, buddy? What do you got for us?
Next, we have buy or sell / over
excited.
and under reaction.
I'm excited about this. I like this one a lot.
I want to say before we get into this that I barely looked at these because I want to have like unprepared opinions on all of these. I haven't really looked at them, so I'm ready.
You care if I ask them all? I wrote a bunch of them.
Oh, go for it.
Set them up. Perfect. All right, so we'll start with the buy or sell questions. Is Lamar Jackson's style of play, the mobile rushing QB, going to be like the new wave, like the take it over the league?
Are you looking for just like
You answer it however you want to answer it. I think it's a no.
I don't think so either.
me neither?
Well,
Ooh.
I mean, so everyone thought this was going to happen when RG3 got drafted, right? Like everyone was like, oh, like the new rushing style QB is going to take over. And then Marcus Mariota and like a couple guys have like come and gone. Lamar Jackson is definitely like, he has the highest ceiling out of any of those guys. Like, I mean, his first year starting, like he's putting up MVP numbers. But the thing is like, how sustainable is that, you know? Like,
yeah, because look what happened to Cam Newton. All of a
Yep,
sudden he
him
started
too.
getting rocked every 10-yard run, and he bitched and
Oh.
whined, and now he can't throw the ball, so he sucks. I think the really only way, not only way, does running help? Yes, but I think the way you can't win a game without sitting back in the pocket and really throwing the ball. Like it's like playing baseball, but you can't. It's like being Jackie Bradley Jr. You can't hit. Like you need to be able to throw. You're a quarterback. You need to throw.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm
agree
glad,
with that.
Glad we're all on the same page on that one.
I
Ooh.
guess the one thing I'll add is I don't think I agree. The style of play isn't taking over the league. I think it's just because like Lamar Jackson currently is taking over the league, but he's obviously a one of a kind talent.
Yeah.
And so like if every quarterback could have the skills that he has to do, like then yes, but he's like a once in a generation kind of talent as of right now, at least. But yeah, I don't know if it's sustainable. I have no idea, but I don't think the style's taking over the league. I think just the man is. So
Makes sense.
Also, I mean, one thing to add on to the sustainability part is like earlier you guys were telling me that like 28 is like a old age for a running back. If this guy's going to continue to be rushing like a running back is and taking the hits that regular quarterbacks do, how old does he have to be considered old for his type of play?
Yeah,
that's a good point.
That's a great point because like a running back, all you do is run. It's hard to make those cuts. How long can he spin out 3 defenders? Like
Exactly.
he did against the Bengals. That's harder to do than throw, i.e. Tom Brady still throwing the ball. Is he doing it well? No, it's not the point. But it's much easier to throw as you age than it is to run as you age.
Absolutely.
Speaking of taking over the league, the 2 best teams in the NFL both have the 2 best defenses. And you know what they say, fellas? Defense wins them championships. Is defense the new wave in the league? Is that going to be taking over? Do you have to have a good defense in order to win?
I think it's definitely a very important factor into it, obviously.
Yeah. I'm actually going to say yes, because unless you have like a Patrick Mahomes level offense like they did last year, where you can just drop 50 points and play no defense, then you have to have defense. And I think that statement is true. Defense does win championships, but I still like offense more.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you can't outscore your opponent just because your offense is really, really good, then you're gonna need that defense.
Yeah, I think defense is definitely taking over. I mean, the Super Bowl last year, the Patriots won 13-3. Like, how often does that happen?
Championships.
Wasn't it 10-3? 13? I don't remember. Was it 13?
13.
Either way, your point is made. It doesn't matter to me.
And the reason the 49ers have gotten off to the start that they have, I mean, obviously the trading for Jimmy Garoppolo, like, that helped them tremendously. But if you've been keeping up with like the draft, I'm not like a huge draft nerd, but they were saying it on the ESPN broadcast last night about how the 49ers, like every single year, first round, they've just been taking D linemen, like Nick Bosa, like, they just keep going defense every year.
No, that is true.
Like
it's about time.
Their defense is like incredible. Like the Patriots, they play a lot of man-to-man coverage because their cornerbacks and safeties are like so good in coverage. The 49ers, they rush 4 and everyone else plays zone. Like, so their pass rush is so good just with 4 people, and then everyone else plays zone. Like, they're either getting to the quarterback or the quarterback has no one to throw to. Like,
yeah, that is true. Yeah, and then Richard Sherman comes and signs on with, so that helps for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even though I typed this one out, and now keep in mind. Oh, wait, well, Noah, do you have a point on that defense one? Or are you?
Nothing like particularly. I guess I would just say, if we start to see more quarterbacks like innovating the way the game is played, like defense will have to be able to figure that out if any team wants to beat the team that's doing that. So like, if teams don't adapt to Lamar Jackson, the Ravens win the Super Bowl by default. You know what I mean? So it really just depends on like the nature of the league. And right now, like defense is the most important part.
Yeah, that's facts. Now, I just want to preface this by saying I wrote it like 3 weeks ago, so don't judge me when I say this. The Dolphins just won back-to-back games, so I wrote, "Do the Dolphins have their shit together?" That didn't age well. So can we all just say no real quick and move on?
I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is aging like a fine wine.
Yes.
However,
well, I just want to say I did end up adding Devontae Parker into my fantasy team, and let me tell you, man, like low key, he's been really consistent and a really good wide receiver all fantasy season.
Yeah.
Maybe
when the Dolphins won back-to-back games, I wasn't like, oh baby, here they come. I was like, well, maybe they'll get 4 or 5 wins, maybe if they sneak one, but that didn't age. And this one didn't age well either. Is Aaron Rodgers like an actual MVP candidate? Dude, I'm cursing. It's like Death Note, dude. I'm cursing people. Like, I write their name on this doc, and then it's like, oh god, my arm fell off. After I wrote that, Aaron Rodgers proceeds to get murked by the 49ers.
Murked.
So like Lamar Jackson has like the game of his life, like threw like 5 touchdowns the other day. So no, I guess is the answer to that.
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
Here we go. A real actual question. This is a buy or sell. I'm just gonna, look for your answer. It'll be pretty quick. Don't need much evidence. Are the Raiders a real playoff threat?
No.
Not unless they fix their defense.
Are the Bills a real playoff threat?
No.
Yes.
Why?
No.
Austin?
Hold on. I don't know the record off the top of my head.
It's
Their
8-3.
record is their
8-3.
record
They're
against
8-3.
teams above
So-
500 is 0-1.
Yikes.
That's the record.
Sounds
Okay.
like the Cowboys out here, dude. That's rough.
Well, all right.
They're
all
literally
right.
they're the Cowboys of the AFC.
That is
Only like record wise, not like off but just off record wise, they can't beat teams that are actually good in their record.
But that's only a sample size of one game.
I mean, fair, but the point is the reason like the Bills are even in the equation right now is because they're beating bad teams. They've played all of their games besides one have been teams below 500.
Well, here's the thing: if they're in the equation, they're doing something right. So I think yes, that you might actually see them win the fucking wild card. All right, that's all.
It's possible. Are the I lost my list. Are the Steelers a real playoff threat?
No.
Yes.
With what quarterback?
Devlin Hodges.
I think
I
that's
don't know.
Exactly.
yeah.
Mason Rudolph. What if it's Mason Rudolph? It's not gonna be, but what if it is?
Still no.
I feel that.
I don't. The Steelers, Loki, have had a really fire defense this season too, though. So I mean, their defense could carry them into the playoffs.
I would
Not-
say
not
out of the
like go
three
all the
teams
way,
we've
but-
discussed, so far, the Steelers have the best chance.
Well, hold on. I have one more that I think has a better chance, but let me just bring up. So let's see who the Steelers got to play. They got to play the Browns again, which that's coming up. They got to play the Browns, Cardinals, Bills, and Jets. That's pretty
man.
easy.
Yeah.
And then they got to play the Ravens, but fuck that game. That's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
I think the Steelers might make it in.
Well,
They could. They could slide in.
They definitely could. But here's another team that has the same record. Are the Titans a real playoff threat? And I think it's a yes.
With Ryan Tannehill, I think so.
I think so.
I feel like he does. He has like the biggest sack you can imagine. Have you seen him? Have you seen like his last? Have you seen like his last 2 rushing touchdowns, dude? Like he literally just dives into people and like goes flying in the air and is just knocking like dudes over at the end zone. Like he's finally getting a chance because Miami really never supplied a chance. Let's be honest. But
X.
they're
Okay,
doing
yeah.
good.
Can I throw something out there while we're
Yeah,
still on the topic of AFC?
course.
So obviously we know that the Patriots have had like a pretty easy schedule. So their strength of schedule is 0.438. The Bills, who are 8-3, have a strength of schedule rating of 0.339. That is
Yikes.
lowest in the entire NFL.
Oh,
That's
How was
rough.
that stat made?
Well, it's
I can't tell you off the top of my
it's-
head, but
it's some equation that some nerd drew up, and it's probably like,
I mean, I'm not doubting it. It probably is really accurate.
there's
but,
no
like,
other
I
team
just-
in the
I'm-
NFL that
I'm
has a rating
very-
under 0.400. Like the Bills have like far and away the easiest strength, like the lowest strength of schedule. So
not wrong.
there it is.
And the where are we at? The Titans, they don't have the easiest schedule. They got to go play the Colts, which depends on the day if that's easy or not. Then they got to play the Raiders. Who did I mention the Raiders already? Did I miss that one?
No,
Yeah,
you
no,
mentioned
we
them.
talked about them. First
Okay.
one.
And then they got to play the Texans, Saints, and then Texans again.
Better than the
So-
Saints twice.
So yeah, you're not wrong, but that is rough. And then are the Eagles a real playoff threat?
don't think so.
Yeah.
We haven't seen what Carson Wentz can do yet in the playoffs.
Well, I don't even think, honestly, they're not even going to make the playoffs at this rate because I think pretty much every team in the playoff race Well, it's just I know they're behind the Cowboys, but I don't really know. I don't know.
Well, you
That-
got to think they have the toughest job because the Dallas Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, who do they got to play left? They have to go Bills, Bears, Rams, Eagles, Redskins.
Not a super easy schedule,
So
but
they could
Yeah.
lose like most of those games. The Eagles have to go Dolphins,
okay.
Giants. Oh, this is so easy. Oh my God. Dolphins, Giants, Redskins, Cowboys, Giants.
Oh
Wow.
man.
They
How
should
about
win
that?
All
like
right.
all of
All right.
those.
Yeah, they should
Okay,
go.
well,
yeah.
The Eagles sure as shit aren't winning a wild card spot, but they could easily win the division. But they
Well, 'cause
are
you-
one game behind the Cowboys, and that could mean the entire division just being one game behind at this point. So
You gotta think too, because the Packers and the Vikings are tied. So one of them is probably gonna get the wild card. And then the Seahawks still might win that division. They're only one game back.
yep.
So they're probably not gonna get a wild card. If the Eagles are gonna make it, they're probably gonna have to win like the division, which like you said. Is there any other teams I want to bring up? Fuck it. Are the Rams a playoff threat? Could they even make
No.
it? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
That's rough. What a rough descent.
What a way to like turn around your fucking team. They were so
Mm.
good last season, man.
Well, we'll get to Jared Goff and Carson Wentz in just a moment, but we'll move on to overreaction, underreaction. Did Lamar Jackson basically wrap up MVP on Monday?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that's a safe.
Unless,
safe
unless he
bet.
gets like hurt from now until the end of the season, he's got it.
Did any of us pick him for MVP during our midseason episode?
I didn't. I don't think I did.
I picked McCaffrey, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, same.
I picked
I-
Russell Wilson.
I picked Rodgers.
Yeah. And unless Russ like starts going like off, he's gonna have to go like off. Like Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdowns a game. But I don't see that happening. Yeah, I think he does. That's insane. He basically did the job of the running back and the quarterback the other day.
Yeah. Which kind of
league
sucks
is
to
gonna-
say. Go ahead, bro.
The league is gonna want him to get it just because it's his first year and all the
Yeah.
hype around him. Like
It's a
it's
good
the same thing
storyline.
with Mahomes. Yeah, it's
Yeah, but the league will do. The league will do anything to get a quarterback an MVP, anyways.
Yeah. Which kind of sucks because like Christian McCaffrey, man, he's just been playing so good this season. Like really, that Panthers team isn't shit this season without him. So like, I
So, here's a
personally,
good-
I
alright.
want to still give that MVP trophy to him, but Lamar Jackson's obviously gonna get it.
I'm gonna go off topic a little bit here because, especially in other sports like basketball, how do you value the MVP? Because the way I look at it, is Christian McCaffrey that valuable if the team's not winning? Like,
not really. No.
But I
That's
mean,
why
he's
well, Lamar
he's
Jackson
not
is
playing control of the ball every single time. So I guess
which is
I
why it's so
think-
hard for a
Lamar
quarterback
Jackson's
to get
better, but
MVP.
I don't know.
I think the offensive player of the year award exists for someone like Christian McCaffrey, like who is
Because who cares if
filling up
yeah.
the stat sheet, but
Who
who
cares
isn't
if
making
you
the
win?
playoffs. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, like who cares if you win as long as you're doing good on offense? But like Lamar, I mean, it's easier to, like you said, Austin. It's easier to do that as a quarterback. But Lamar Jackson is like willing that team to win. Like,
And I'm not disagreeing with you, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
But-
I would really like to see Christian McCaffrey win that. I mean, if not, at least I know he's going to get that offensive player of the year if,
I
if
would
the
imagine.
MVP goes to Lamar. Because outside of them two guys, who the fuck is next?
Russell Wilson or Dalvin Cook probably.
man,
Michael Thomas.
yes, that's a good one. I didn't even.
I didn't even think about that. All right.
He has like more catches and touch. I forget what team it was, and now I'm gonna sound like I'm saying this, but he has more like catches, catches and what the fuck's the other one? Catches and like yards and like a whole core of wide receivers on another team.
I think the Ravens is actually one of those teams.
Yeah, I forget who it was, but it was like shocking.
I
Like,
think it was
he-
the Ravens and the Eagles, maybe.
Yeah, he has like 94 catches, and the other team has like 92, and it's like that's insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is next on the list? Is Baker Mayfield a bust, or is it still hopeful?
Ash Brown Garbo.
You think that's an you think that's like a safe reaction, an underreaction?
Uh,
Because an
I-
overreaction would be that's not true. I think Okay, how about this? He's a draft bust. Do I think he's gonna suck the rest of his life? No.
I don't know. Like, I'm not an expert on like the whole most coaches and stuff, but I feel like with all that talent surrounding him, it really just might be a coaching issue. But also, the Browns have won 3 games in a row since Kareem Hunt's been playing. I don't know if Kareem Hunt's the X factor or not, but they are on a 3-game win streak.
How was
so.
he even done? I forgot he came back.
Yeah, has he been like good? Like I feel
I'm
like
gonna look up his
He's
stats
been
real quick.
involved. He's been doing pretty well, actually. Not like lighting up the stat sheet, but he's been getting involved a lot.
Okay, he only has 18 carries, but he's gone 79 rushing yards and a touchdown, averages 4.4 yards per carry. That's not bad.
He's pretty much played like a third down back role, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he also has 15 receptions in 3 games too.
Yeah, so that's cool. That's good. Good for him.
So I mean, Mayfield obviously sucks this season, like straight up, but I don't know how much of that can be chalked up to him, and also just the way the offense is being run. I don't really know. I don't. Right now, he's a bust, but there's still time. Is my answer.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about him is he's in the perspective of the league, he's definitely on like one of the more lower tiers, but on the team, he's definitely the best quarterback on that team. So he's obviously going to keep starting and keep putting the ball in the
Who's
air.
behind him on that team?
Is Tyrod Taylor still on that team?
Might be.
No. God, I just looked this up like the other day. But
I'm looking it up.
Well, the fact that we don't know goes to serve my point a little bit better.
All right, behind Mr. Baker
Oh,
Mayfield
it's
is Garrett Gilbert.
We did this. Yeah, we did this. You put him in the doc the other day. Like the
Oh,
last time we did this. Yeah.
Garrett Gilbert.
Yeah.
Not to be dramatic, but I'd die for that man.
Hope I'm not coming off.
Dude, Garrett Gilbert is 6'4", 230. If he hears, he's gonna fucking kill all. He's gonna.
Garrett Gilbert, if you're listening.
We didn't mean it.
Oh, we from New England, bitch. Square up.
I am but a boy.
Let me ask one question to wrap the Baker Mayfield topic up. Was he worth the first overall pick?
No.
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 Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. Will the Cowboys miss the playoffs?
I mean, if we're looking at schedules between them and the Eagles, it could happen. It's either they win the division or they don't make it at all. So
I think it all comes down to that game that they have later on in the season, like week 16, I think it was.
The Eagles won, and
the Eagles Cowboys. I think it all comes down to that game to see if they win it.
Hey, I hope it works out to where they both go into that game like tied up. That'd be a fun.
Yeah, that'd
game
be
to
a
watch.
really good game to watch.
Mm-hmm. Now, I think so. I think Brett, you were the one who wrote this point about Jerry Jones and Jason Garrett.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it has more to do with the coaching than Jerry Jones. Is it Jerry? I mean, Jason Garrett's like one of the longer tenured coaches in the league. He's been there for like 10 years. But for example, like when they were playing in New England the other day, the wind was so crazy that like each kickoff was dropping at like the 20. And who bumbles out there and is sitting in the end zone every kick and has to run 20 yards to go catch it? And the coach changed nothing. So like,
yep.
I think a lot of dumb things they do is coaching, because I think we can all agree they do something right, because their last few draft picks have been, Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, and they traded for Amari Cooper. So someone in the office is doing something right. How much of that is Jerry Jones is, who knows?
Probably all of it.
The way, if I don't know much about Jerry Jones, but he seems like a guy who controls everything.
Oh yeah, he's like, if anyone could suck their own dick, it'd be him. Like,
oh yes, if that old crusty man can break his own ribs and get that low. Do you or Austin have a thought on this, Noah?
I know that Jerry Jones was just bitching about him, so I don't know. There's obviously some sort of dissent going on there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too well caught up with my Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett.
I did see.
So I don't know.
I did see on ESPN the other day that the Giants are interested in Garrett if he's gone.
Of course they are.
That's when you know it's time to retire.
It needs to bring back Tom Coughlin. Remember that man? How
Yes,
old is he
of
now?
117. He's a vampire. He sleeps from the ceiling.
He's 73 now. Also, Tom Coughlin's 6'2", so he's probably gonna come kill us.
I'll take him.
You too. What are you talking about? Who
I
cares?
know, right? Like I'm 6'1", like, and I'm double his weight probably.
My height doesn't start with a 6. I can't relate.
All right,
Hashtag short people problems.
let's get through a few more of these topics.
Tom Coughlin, please don't kill me.
The FBI listening to this podcast is going to be like, wait a minute. All right, moving on. I'm just offended that Austin doesn't know his Jason Garrett and Jerry Jones background lore.
Yeah, what the fuck? The lore.
I'm sorry.
You didn't read the Cowboys prequel comics? What the hell? Okay. All right.
Unfortunately, I did not.
Oh my god.
I must have missed that one. Scrolled by it on the timeline.
Yeah.
You need to catch up on that origin story.
Yeah.
In 1831, Jerry Jones was born.
3 witches in the forest made him in a pot, and he just rose. He came out the same age he is now. He just hasn't aged since 1897. He's just been walking around. Okay, moving on. Besides,
I'm gonna look up how tall is Jerry Jones.
just Google, could Jerry Jones kill us if he wanted to?
Jerry Jones is, it says 1.93 meters. Who can convert that quickly?
Austin, you have a 3.3 GPA. Go ahead.
Oh, Jerry Jones is 6'3". We're fucked.
Oh my god! He's basically an NBA player. He's only an inch shorter than Kyrie Irving.
He's also 77, so that indicates that he was taller at one point.
Yes, Google is taking in shrinkage.
Wow. So yeah, I just googled him myself. I'm looking at the pictures. He looks like he'd play like an older James Bond in one of his movies. He looks scary.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Scary Jerry. What's the next
All
topic?
right. The Vikings are the most dangerous team in the NFC besides the 49ers.
False.
I think they can be, they just aren't.
Well, okay, who is Brett?
The Saints.
Fuck, forgot about them. Because I was gonna say, I think they have a better defense than the Seahawks.
Yes.
And a healthy offense, I think they could be better than the Seahawks. But
Yeah, they've been missing Adam Thielen for a while.
Yeah, it's been like, Austin, I know. He's been sitting on my bench getting 0 points.
Yeah, I
for
have
like
him
a
on one of
month.
my other teams too, so I feel your
Yeah.
pain there, bro.
So I don't know. I think they could. I feel like a Saints Vikings rematch. I feel like that would be so nice.
With better refs.
Well, yeah, but I feel like they schedule around that. It's what they do to. Well, Noah's not going to get this reference. It's what they do to us at Sports Zone to go play basketball. They're like, all right, who has the lowest IQ? Go do the Saints game real quick and come back. Only one
my
ref
God.
for an NFL football game. All right.
Jesus.
Will Mitch Trubisky be the starter for the Bears next year?
No, he shouldn't
No.
be.
Will it be Cam Newton? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Go watch our last
be-
episode.
That'd be pretty sick, yeah.
Well, because like he can't even throw the ball. He's not even like that amazing of a rusher. Like like if he was getting like Lamar Jackson level numbers, then okay, good. But he's not. He can't even run the ball that good.
He reminds me of like a shittier, younger Jay Cutler. He's just ass.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, but at least Jay Cutler, after he smoked a 6-pack and drank like a gallon of,
Six.
yeah, like if he
Wait.
yeah, shut up. Fuck off. I missed 2 sentences together.
Oh my god.
After he smoked a pack and drank like got a quick flask on the sideline, at least he could fling it when his mom is sitting in section 789. You know, at least he could throw the ball pretty well. I might be able
to the
go out
other
and-
team.
Yeah, to the shut up. But that's not the point. You
Every
making fun of
pick
you making
begins
fun
with
of Smoking
J.
Jay. At least, like I could probably throw the ball better than Mitch Trubisky. Like,
Oh, hot take.
I probably.
Yo,
That's not even
Chicago,
like a
come work
joke.
my man out right here,
Like,
dude.
yeah, dude, give me a call. Like I heard the Dolphins quarterback with the first pick in the NFL draft. The Cincinnati Bengals draft Austin Specht.
Oh my god, I would feel bad for you.
I know, right? Like, I become an instant millionaire, and I'm in the shit situation.
Facts.
Yikes.
What's the next thing?
All right. This one's an obvious one. I might not even ask it, but is David Johnson? I'm gonna ask it. All right. Is David Johnson, who looks like an absolute log out there? He looks like he's eating the other backup running back. Is he a top? I think his reign as a top 5 back is over, and I don't think that's an underreaction.
I think his
No.
reign as a top 15 running back is over.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's really bad recently. Like really bad.
Yeah, he just hasn't been the same since he came back from that injury, man.
You
It
know what
really
was-
fucked him over.
Well, that's what happens when you run the ball a million times like he used to. But even when he was like on, like when he was like really good, I feel like he wasn't ever the best. Like I feel like he was still behind Le'Veon Bell, and like. I don't
Oh
know,
yeah, that's why he was a
else.
top 5 back and not the top back.
He's just not a flashy player.
Yeah, I mean it's sad when like Kenyon Drake couldn't even start for the Miami Dolphins, and they trade for Kenyon Drake, and he's starting like 3 weeks into his tenure as a Cardinal, and I was like, oh well, David Johnson must be hurt. Well, he wasn't. Spoiler alert.
Healthy as fuck. Just not starting.
Healthy as quite healthy. You can tell he's not missing any meals there. I saw one play with him, and I thought it was like an end around to like the tight end. I was like, Jesus.
Eddie Lacy came out of retirement.
Yeah, for real. Like they're
shit.
lucky. They should don't make the Cardinals play on Thanksgiving because he's just gonna eat that sideline turkey.
Oh man.
Will the Saints miss getting a first round bye? Do you think they're gonna get a first round bye?
I think
I don't.
I think they probably will.
Is the only
yeah,
way
I
they
think
get
they
the first
will.
round bye is if they like have a better record than the Niners?
No, the 2 teams get a first round bye. So right now it's probably going to be the 49ers, and then the only other team that's like in consideration is the Packers and Vikings because they're both tied with 1 game behind.
Well,
Okay.
the Seahawks too.
Oh yeah, it's the Seahawks
If they
as well.
if they happen to win that division, yeah.
So
I think the Saints will maintain. I think
you
they'll
think
get it.
so? So
I think so too.
I don't even know their schedule. What's their schedule like?
The Packers have to play the Giants, the Redskins, the Bears. That's 4 wins. That's 3 wins right there. They got to play the Vikings. That's going to be another good game. Week 16. Week 16 is looking like a good week. And then they got to play the Lions, which should be a win. So I'm assuming that's 4-1 right there to end the season.
Yeah, Saints actually have a okay schedule. They have the Falcons this week, the Niners next week, the Colts the week after, then the Titans, and then they finish with the Panthers.
That's
So,
a
like, not
sneaky-
easy,
a
but not-
sneaky schedule.
Yeah.
They already lost to the Falcons. Then they got to play the best team in the NFL. Okay, easy there. The second best team in the NFL.
Easy there.
Yeah, like, as I say to myself. And then they have Brett's like Super Bowl champion for the next decade, the Colts.
Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, they got their asses handed to by the Falcons too. It's not like they lost by 2. 26-9.
My last topic before I hand it off to our sweet host, Brett Shevlin. Were the Rams too quick to pay Jared Goff? And in case you're wondering, 4 years with a record-setting $110 million guaranteed
lot of money.
Did they overpay Jared Goff or pay him too early?
I think they paid him too early. I mean, he might be worth that eventually in his career because, like, it's not like he's really that bad of a quarterback. I think the Rams as a whole are just having a really bad year.
Remember my stat at the beginning of the show. He has been outthrown touchdown-wise by a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And that's with one of the best offensive-minded coaches in the entire NFL. What would he do without Sean McVay? That's what I want to know.
You saw what he was doing with Fisher. Nothing. He was like a bum. But I don't know what happened. That whole offense is struggling. Except, Cooper Kupp is the only one. Even Robert Woods fell off. Or not fell off, but he's not as good as he used to be. Brandon Cooks,
yeah.
And
no one even talks about him anymore.
Exactly. And it all centers around the quarterback. But, I mean, Todd Gurley ain't doing that hot anymore. The defense ain't even doing that hot anymore, but that has nothing to do with Jared Goff. And
I mean, it kind of does, because if Jared Goff can't put numbers on the board and keep the defense off the field, then you could defense dip.
There you go. That makes perfect sense, actually.
So, yeah. Jared Goff is the root of their issue. They need to fix him.
Yes, cut him. But I heard Cam Newton's looking for a job next year.
Blake Bortles is he's on the bench there.
Dude, how sucky must it be for Jalen Ramsey? You're like, I'm not playing for this bum ass team. Get me off this Jaguars team. So they trade him to where Blake Bortles is currently playing. All right. Last little topic. Same question. But did the Eagles pay Carson Wentz too early? He's locked up through 2024. A much nicer $66 million guaranteed, and $144 million.
I don't think they did.
No, I think the Rams did, but I don't think
he doesn't have a whole lot to work with over in Philly.
Well, he does, but do they want to catch the ball? No, for some reason.
Okay, that's fair.
The most.
Plus, I mean, Deshaun Jackson hasn't been healthy at all this season.
He's also like 110 in my eyes.
Yeah, but he's still really good. He's still really talented. So it's not like that's not a big part of the offense.
I think this all centers on what Nick Foles can do in Jacksonville. Because if Nick Foles outperforms Carson Wentz in the next couple of years, then yes, they definitely paid him too early.
Yeah, that is true. Because they didn't want to pay Nick Foles, the one guy who got him, the Super Bowl.
Yeah, true.
And that's all I got for that little topic. So I'll pass it back on to Brett.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, we got NFL Power Rankings.
Oh, yes.
Very excited to go over this with you guys. Would anyone like to start us off?
Me.
Alrighty.
Okay.
What you got?
I will start at number 5 and work back. Okay. Number 5 is the team I picked to win the Super Bowl, the New Orleans Saints. Number 4, I have the Seattle Seahawks. Number 3, I have the New England Patriots. Number 2, the 49ers. And number 1, the Baltimore Ravens. There it is.
Same team, same order.
Let's go.
I have same teams, just a little bit of a different order. I have the Ravens at 1. I have the Patriots at 2, Niners at 3, and then I have Saints at 4, Seahawks at 5.
I have Saints at 5, Patriots at 4, Seahawks at 3, San Fran at 2, and Baltimore at 1.
Yeah, so
okay.
Same teams all across the board.
The literally only thing I can see, the fact that I get it, the Ravens are like spanking every team they play, but if you look at it, the 49ers have only dropped under 30 points one game, and it was that horrible Redskins game. So it's not like they're like letting up on people, and they have one less loss, but what are you gonna do? Those guys could. It's like a coin flip. But if I think in a game, I think the Ravens would win.
Let me ask this too, since we all have the same teams. What team is number 6?
Packers, maybe.
I would say the Vikings.
I'd say
Vikings.
Vikings. Vikings or maybe Chiefs.
No.
And the only
I
reason
don't think the
say
Chiefs
that,
anymore, man.
yeah, I don't know about the Chiefs. That's tough. But the only reason I say the Vikings is because we've yet to see what Kirk can do with a fully healthy Thielen, a fully healthy Diggs. I mean, we saw like, the two of them early on in the season, but that was when the Vikings were really struggling. As soon as Kirk Cousins started to pick it up, Thielen gets hurt.
Yeah.
So like
True.
once Thielen comes back and like he can actually develop chemistry with both of them, I think that will be an exciting offense, especially, with Dalvin Cook doing what he's doing. I don't know. I could definitely see them, like Spec said, in the NFC Championship game.
Kind of going off on Diggs and Thielen. This is totally off script, but like just out of my own curiosity, who do you guys think is like the premier guy over there, fully healthy? Is
Thielen.
it Thielen or is it Diggs?
It's Thielen.
Thielen.
Definitely. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
No, like in my opinion, the numbers say that.
Yeah.
I was
Not even opinion wise.
one
Yeah,
of the only
like-
one of the only reasons why I bring this up is because I downloaded the most recent Madden roster. This is Madden 18, so it's not really updated, but like whatever like a player created, and they had just Stephon Diggs at a 92 overall and Adam Thielen at a 91, and I thought it was kind of interesting.
I
Obviously,
That's
it's
just
not
some
real.
random
But like,
person.
I know, but it's like
This
I just wondered if that
empirical
was
evidence.
like I wanted to know if that was like a general like thought because I always saw Adam Thielen as just way better. Not way
Thank
better,
God,
but like
Austin. Thank God you're not like a lawyer. Like, yes, Your Honor, I'd like to present to you these facts I found in a 2-year-old video game. Like, yeah.
I mean, this also isn't court, so I would definitely bring different
Oh,
evidence
but
to the table.
I'm judging the shit out of you right now.
Okay,
Yeah.
whatever.
Bart, what do you think? I heard you like umming over.
I think Diggs is more talented, but I think Thielen can do a lot more. Like as far as, just like on the offense as a whole. Like he can line up like in the slot, he can line up outside,
He's more versatile.
He's definitely more versatile, yeah.
I
But
think Diggs
Diggs
has more of a big play ability because he's so fast.
and he's big, he's got, great hands. Like, I don't know. I think Diggs is more talented, but he gets into those like moods. Like if you're an opposing corner and you like get in his head, he's the type of guy to like completely like zone out. Like he gets frustrated, and we saw it early in the season.
Yes. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What else you got for us, Brett? We got some something important coming up here.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what's tomorrow?
The most important topic of like the whole podcast.
I don't think
Yeah.
we've even mentioned that this is a Thanksgiving episode.
Oh,
No, we
I
got to
didn't
re-record.
introduce it.
Thanks, Brett.
that's the smartest thing you've ever said, Austin. I was
Wow.
like, shit, he's right.
Yeah,
so this is supposed to be a holiday special. Here we are not celebrating the holiday.
Well, I'll put it in the title. So
yeah.
Well,
Normally
that's like
we
clickbait.
record. Normally we record on Fridays following the Thursday night football games, and that's usually like our main topic. But this week we are not going to talk about Thursday night football because we're recording on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving.
We are talking about Thursday night.
I was gonna
football,
say,
bro.
but we are talking
Thanksgiving
about
football. What are you talking about?
Yes, Thanksgiving Day, the biggest football day in the year, and we're just gonna skip over it.
Well, we're not able to review the games. That's what I meant to
Okay.
say.
Oh,
We're not
we're
able
gonna
to.
talk about them.
gotcha.
But
We're gonna amp them up.
We
We're
will
excited.
analyze. We will analyze with our expert
Yes.
analysis.
we will analyze with our
Yeah.
expert analysis.
Adam Schefter called out today.
Sweet content.
Sweet
Oh my God.
content.
Yo, that's like defining a word with the word itself. Like, what is entertainment? Oh, well, it's when you entertain somebody. Like, what?
Oh
Yes.
All right. All right, Brett. Here we go. What are we talking about? This
We got
lovely
some-
holiday?
We got some sweet tier list making right now.
Yes, I think
Oof.
this is a topic we're probably gonna bring up. Well, not this topic, but the tier list is probably something we're gonna bring up every few episodes.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's a trend that continues. We can get more into like, football related tier lists, but this one is going to be a Thanksgiving food tier list.
Oof.
So
Sir.
I'll just kind of, we got turkey, we got ham, we got, all the good stuff, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and then we got some, other stuff, like green bean casserole. What do you guys think? S tier, Garbo tier? I'm interested to find out. I'm interested to find out. We got Brussels sprouts.
I'm interested to find out.
All right.
Brussels
So,
sprouts in the
lay out,
Garbo
Brett,
tier.
I want you to lay out the tier here. Like what's the high, what's the low? Like how are we gonna organize this tier list?
All right. Well, we got S tier. That's like, top end, like gotta have it, like makes the whole Thanksgiving pretty much. That's what I'm considering S tier. Then we got high tier, mid tier, and then Garbo tier. So you see it on your plate and you're just like, fuck this,
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the doc and Austin just fucking up. He added like a 50 cell. Like, I was like, I'm trying to read the list and it just disappears because he added up 45.
I didn't. All right. First of all, it's by 19. Don't ask me why it's such a random
19.
number.
We don't
But-
even have 19 items.
Yeah, I didn't bother to count them. Obviously, I just wanted to make sure we had more than enough, and I also didn't know where that was.
Why are
going
we
to the
making a
table.
charge for this anyways? What's,
I don't know, just
Are
so we
we
can kinda
are we using this?
visualize it.
He
after?
wants it on record. Print it out and bring it to your family's house tomorrow.
This is
Mom,
like
look
so
at
we
what
can
my
compare
friends
and
like. It's
contrast.
right there.
Maybe
When,
it's
you,
a
when your when your
Put it
aunt
as a
asks
thumbnail.
you, when your aunt
Yeah.
asks you if you want fucking green bean casserole, you can slap her across the face with this fucking graph.
Look what 3 of my friends and I said.
All right, Brett. What's the first food?
All right. The first item is turkey. The main
The
main
It's
food.
the main.
It's the main food. I mean, some people,
main
some
course,
people,
I believe, is the word you're looking for.
the main course. Yeah, some people like their ham. I personally, my family does ham on Easter, and we do turkey on Thanksgiving. Do you guys all do turkey? I know.
Yes.
Wait,
Yes.
Austin, you said you did ham,
And
right?
ham. I do both. Yeah, my family's
Okay.
exquisite.
Okay, so if we're putting ham in the equation, turkey is high tier, but ham is
Yes, I
S
agree with
tier.
that. Ham is everything.
Ham
I love
is-
ham.
Sweet, succulent ham. Ham is like a Christmas ham over a Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh
any
man, all
day,
day,
baby.
all
Come
day,
on,
dude. Hell yeah.
Oh, the
I'm with that so
glaze,
hard.
run that shit up. Oh my god, I'm coming.
Brett, are you gonna give
I'm
bios of all the things that we're covering?
Bios, the background Thanksgiving lore. All right, Noah, where do you have turkey,
I have turkey in my high tier.
and where do you have ham?
I have ham in S tier.
Woo!
I don't eat ham on Thanksgiving, but I just objectively like ham more than turkey. So
That's a good point. Even on like cold cuts, bro, I'd rather have like a ham and cheese than a turkey and cheese.
yes, agreed.
Yep.
Turkey and cheese as a sandwich just sounds foreign, anyways. I've never heard anybody say that.
Well,
What?
I meant like I mean turkey like cheese with like a slice of tomato. That's good.
All right,
Not as good as a ham and cheese though.
You never had like
what's next, Brett?
Next, we have stuffing.
That's
What do you guys think of
S tier.
stuffing?
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah, that's
stuffing.
elite S tier all day.
Holy.
Top shelf stuff.
Well, yeah, for the most part, because there's
His cone drills are insane. Like stuffing is
One thing I want to say about stuffing is it always depends on who makes it, because there's always that weird aunt who puts the weirdest fucking things in stuffing and makes it taste like ass. But like
Yeah.
the real stuffing, that OG shit that's actually inside the turkey, all day,
Mm-hmm.
all day. S
Yeah,
tier.
never let the aunt make the stuffing. Mama's got to make the
Oh,
stuffing.
yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I have stuffing in S tier.
Yes.
I have it.
Come on.
Yeah, S tier. S tier.
My mama puts sausage in the stuffing, and it's amazing.
What? I'm coming
Yes.
over, dude. I'm coming over. I've never heard that shit before.
All right, mashed potatoes.
S tier.
S tier, dude. All
Easily.
day. No
Yeah.
competition.
Okay.
S tier.
To avoid putting 3 things in S tier, which is exactly what I said not to do before we started recording.
Yeah, but we have to, bro. Come on.
Yeah, all right.
Those are the 3
come
main
on.
items.
No, hot take. Brett, I'm gonna step on your toes a little bit here. Mashed potatoes, high tier. Sweet potatoes, S tier. I love
Oh, yeah. No thanks.
I got sweet potatoes
are like
over
a
at
solid
mid tier.
low.
I got mid tier for sweet potatoes. I like them, but
You just
not more than.
Did you put sweet potatoes in Garbo tier, Austin?
Oh, low, not Garbo. Low.
Well, there's no low.
oh,
It's
wait,
high
hold
mid,
on.
high mid Garbo.
Oh, I'm looking at
you
mid
gotta
tier.
you gotta change
Mid-tier
your
then,
55
sorry, mid.
spot graph there.
Mid. Mid tier for sweet
Ridiculous.
potatoes. I bit my lip on that, by the way. I'm now bleeding, so
Austin's like,
just
"I'm
a fun
dying.
fact.
Call 911.
call
not a joke.
911.
I'm literally about to pass out from
There
blood
was
loss.
blood
Please."
coming out of my mouth.
All right, what's next, Brett?
Next, we got squash, butternut squash, spaghetti squash, any type of squash.
I got that in mid tier.
Mid.
I would say mid, yeah. I mean, it's not like a must-have, but I'll definitely eat it if it's there, you know.
I feel that.
we got. I'm just looking at the list. I'm just laughing. We got some real garbage coming up.
Oh yeah. Just
I'm-
wait.
I'm putting squash in mid tier.
Okay, so we're all in agreement there. Corn. What do you
High
guys
tier.
go with corn?
I got mid
I love
tier.
corn.
Yeah, I got mid tier as well.
Corn on your mashed potatoes, bro. Come on, that's elite.
Actually, yeah, I had it mid, but if you include like everything else around it and you put the corn in the mashed potatoes, that's high. That's
So
definitely
good,
high.
dude. Yeah, so good. Has to be.
Okay.
What's next, Brett?
Now becomes some controversy. Because I included this in the list and I got absolutely shit on.
The Miles
So-
Garrett of Thanksgiving food is
Yeah.
coming up.
Brussels sprouts.
Garbo.
Dude,
Garbo.
Get out of here. That's not even on my table.
Dude, I know what I was gonna say. Dude, Garbo doesn't even get invited. Like that's insane.
All the ingredients at home. I mean,
Well,
at the store.
Considering I work in a produce department,
Oh yes, of course.
I-
like I have-
expert
I have
opinion on
sympathy.
vegetables.
Yes, I have sympathy for the many vegetables that don't
He's
get
like
eaten.
Brussels sprouts are my
I-
coworkers.
I
They
know
stand
what
up.
sells, I know what doesn't. Brussels sprouts. We ran out of Brussels sprouts the other day, so someone's buying them.
Hey.
Someone's buying them.
Is someone? Yeah, I mean, someone's buying
like
them. But
the
how much do you
truckload.
stock?
The truck dropped off a whole truck of Brussels sprouts, and Market Basket was swamped, dude. Every mom, grandma, and their mailman come to buy.
Is that why I saw people camping out in tents the night before Market Basket opened?
It was for the Brussels.
I was
sprouts,
wondering.
dude.
The big Brussels sprout sale in Market Basket.
It was an early Black Friday deal.
Yeah. Go get your Brussels sprouts.
I like how Brett's talking about the stock marketability of Brussels sprouts.
I have expert analysis.
Oh, the Adam Schefter of the produce department.
Okay. What's next, Brett? What's next?
Oh, even more shit. Come on.
Yeah.
Worse. Probably worse than Brussels sprouts.
That's hard
Green
to say.
bean casserole.
I love how specific
Garbo.
it is, Garbo.
If it was green beans alone, that's like a mid tier. But green bean casserole,
Yeah, but
no.
that soggy, crusty garbage.
Oh,
that
thank
smells
you.
So bad.
Yeah, it's just the texture that really puts me off, in my opinion.
I like everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, green beans alone I could handle, but in a casserole, it just takes over the whole thing. Cranberry sauce.
S tier, easy.
Ooh,
Is
S
it-
tier.
I have them. It depends because it depends on the cranberry sauce. If you have that lazy ass person who brings it out of a can, absolutely garbage. But if it's like made correctly, then
Yo,
I would say high
Austin's
tier.
getting so technical.
Yo, I have to be.
Noah's
I don't care
I
the
have to
kind.
be. I
S-
don't want y'all to. I don't
Cranberry
want y'all to
sauce, S
misconstrue
tier.
it.
Noah's like cranberry sauce easy, and then Austin's like, well, if you know, If Grandma
Let's-
salts
no,
it too
look,
much,
Let's discuss the logistics.
if it slops out of the can, then you know.
No,
at a
here's how I
45
do it.
degree
I
angle-
get my plate. I get everything that I want on the plate. Cover everything in gravy, and then splash. Not even a splash. A huge dollop of cranberry sauce on top, right in the middle.
Noah has his own
You
can.
put
in-
cranberry sauce on top of everything.
It goes on top of everything. Not like I layer it, but I just
Like me with
one
barbecue
one
sauce
one
on
no
everything?
just one scoop on the top middle of the entire pile of food.
What? Like it's fucking vanilla ice cream? Like
Yes, that's exactly what I do every year.
He's making
Every
himself
year.
a cranberry sundae.
Oh,
Yeah.
mid tier. Move on.
Yeah, in mid tier. Crescent rolls.
Oh,
S tier.
baby. S tier.
Yeah, that's S. That's S.
I don't honestly.
Oh,
I don't think we
no,
serve
stop.
crescent rolls at my Thanksgiving. Just
So
saying.
you-
Even if
so
it's
you
just like
don't
dinner
have-
But, like,
rolls in
I
general.
mean, yeah. I mean, the roll. High tier.
So you don't have a real Thanksgiving, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, I'm Lebanese. We do it differently. We do ham and
true.
turkey. None of y'all do.
True.
Yeah.
True.
We just
I'll give you
celebrate it
that.
because everybody else.
Now,
did.
I just want to preface these next two because we could have a whole conversation about a pie tier list. So I just picked like the two first pies that came to mind. So Brett, introduce the pies.
All right, we got apple and we got pumpkin. I think one is significantly better than the other.
Oh, well, I
Oh,
hope
yeah.
it's apple.
yeah,
yeah.
apple.
Oh,
Apple's
okay.
S.
I have.
Well, Noah, you're.
I
are you
have.
allergic to apples.
I'm allergic to uncooked apples. I can have apple pie. However, pumpkin pie is S tier, and apple pie is high tier.
Other way
I-
around.
I would say pumpkin pie is high tier and apple pie is S tier. Apple crisp though, that's like a
I
triple
think
S
I think a
tier.
This
year-round
guy-
thing, apple pie is
This
better.
guy.
But
Awesome.
in the context of a Thanksgiving dinner, in the context of Thanksgiving, pumpkin pie is better than apple pie. Overall, apple pie is better.
I just can't get over Austin's answers. He's like, yeah, but an apple crisp turnover from Mike's friend Barn.
You gotta let the people know, man.
Dude,
You gotta
like-
let them know.
All right, so I have pumpkin mid tier and I have apple in high tier just because I'm more of like a chocolate, kind of like desserty pie, if that makes sense.
Oh,
You
I
know what
made
I mean?
Oreo balls for tomorrow night, dude. That's stoked. I'm stoked for that. Just saying. Oreo
Yeah,
balls
I'm
should be
more-
on this list. Where y'all put
like-
Oreo balls?
What, dude?
That's
like,
not a Thanksgiving. Like,
Let's just throw it out there though. Y'all like Oreo balls? I fucking love them, bro. S tier. The ones I made is fire.
you're going off script.
I'm sorry.
What's
like,
next?
Oh yeah, I fucking move on.
Next is this item. I personally do not have it at my
Neither
Thanksgiving,
do
but
but apparently everyone else on Earth does.
exactly mac and cheese. Do any of you have mac and cheese on
No.
I
Thanksgiving?
do. I do.
I don't.
Only because my cousin doesn't eat anything else, so we make for him. And I would say it's an elite S tier because mac and
Yeah,
cheese
it's
is
just mac and
phenomenal.
cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mac and cheese
I-
by itself is S tier, but like when it's surrounded by everything else on
I always make sure to
Thanksgiving,
put it on my plate, bro. Fuck it. S
I
tier.
would put it like higher mid.
Yeah, Brett, I'm in the same. I have the same thoughts. I actually put mac and cheese in mid tier on its own, like you said, like elite top tier, but not. I've never had it with Thanksgiving. It doesn't seem like it would work. I know I'd
Y'all are
enjoy
more
it
than
anyways,
welcome to
but
come to my place if y'all want. You can try something new. Have
I
ham and
have-
turkey and
I
mac
have
and
it.
cheese.
I have it on high tier just because it's mac and cheese, but I've never had it at Thanksgiving, like ever.
I'm missing out.
I have a hot take for this next one.
okay.
Gravy?
Let's hear it.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to
Well,
yell.
what is
Gravy.
it, Brett? What is it, Brett? It's gravy. Okay.
Young gravy?
ASMR. For
I-
whole idiot.
I
tier.
hate gravy.
What?
I
don't hate it.
despise it. I just hate everything about it. It's garbo, in my opinion, and I know that's not a popular opinion, but I've always hated it. I
And
thought
I
it
was getting shit for cranberry sauce in S tier, but this is even
Well,
more out of line.
Listen,
Yeah.
Mr. Cranberry sauce for every piece of turkey. Like that's not what I need.
No,
Like,
you're not understanding. I put one scoop on the top of the pile. That's it. I didn't cover everything.
Why are you talking about your plate of food as a pile? How do you put all your food on your plate? Like,
how do you do it?
not in one fucking
Yeah,
one
dude, you
connected
just get-
pile. You have them all in like separate sections.
Oh, jeez. I thought you were saying you have them on separate plates. I was like,
not
leave.
plates, but-
I was like, leave, dude.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's so much stuff on the plate. It just kind of like it's all like one
You
big
have like a
thing
pile
at
of
that
mashed
point.
potatoes with a scoop of corn on it. You have a couple pieces of turkey, ham. You got a little bit of cranberry sauce over here. Scoop of mac and cheese here or whatnot. It's all in its designated spot of the plate.
Big ass.
It might touch. It's whatever.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
think
you're not,
I think that's what I think you're looking into it a little too much. Obviously, I think that's
I
what
can't
no one
visualize
does,
what he's saying, man.
but I don't think he's literally just like the first layer of mac and cheese. Then on top of that is turkey.
Oh, I think he is.
Like I don't
No.
think he is.
He makes a
No, it's
seven-layer
no.
dip at a
Dude,
Thanksgiving
everybody
food.
else is understanding this. You're
Who
just
doesn't section off their
your
plate?
your brain is literally way too smooth to understand this clearly.
Well,
It's
he
fine.
only has a 3.3, so move on.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not a 3.8.
All right, our last item is cornbread.
That was my choice to put on there. I have it in high tier.
Yeah, another thing I don't have at Thanksgiving, but it's cornbread, so that's high tier.
I'm throwing it in my mid tier.
I would say high. I like cornbread.
Damn. What a
Okay.
I don't know.
waste.
It's kind of dry sometimes, so I don't really care for it.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night unless I make this change. I'm moving ham to high tier with turkey. I thought about it
Wow.
Oh man.
because I'm
that's
thinking about the context of Thanksgiving, and I just don't have ham during Thanksgiving, so I got to be true to myself.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to sleep. So
Oh man. Yeah, well, we have another spicy thing.
I added another one at the bottom. If you take a look at that.
Is this like Thanksgiving kill fuck Mary? Like what is this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of exactly what it is.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, so
So,
I just kind of had an epiphany earlier when we were talking about Thanksgiving related
epiphany.
topics, and
I had a religious spirit quest.
Epiphany.
The Native American peyote showed me the way.
So, if I may throw out my interpretation of this, I interpret this as you spend every Thanksgiving for the rest of your life with one person. You spend one Thanksgiving with one person, and you don't spend any Thanksgiving.
You know, that's
That's
not
a
how
solid
I
one.
looked at it. That's not how I looked at it, but that's a great idea.
I like that idea. That's a good one.
I was
Alright, so
like, fuck it, let's go.
okay, so similar to how people ask, like, oh, if you could have one dinner guest, like, who would it be? I was thinking Thanksgiving table, right? Your whole family's there. Well, you got to invite one NFL player. And I listed out 3 people for each one. So the first one, we have Antonio Brown, Jalen Ramsey, and Cam Newton.
I'll just so all right. So are we doing the one for the rest of the life, one for 1 year, and then one not at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
Antonio Brown ain't getting nowhere near my house, bro.
I'm with that. I'm totally with that.
Yeah.
I guess like I just hate Cam Newton for no reason. Like I just hate him like as like a football player. So I guess Jalen Ramsey can come get a plate for the rest of his life. So Jalen, if you're listening, I'm not gonna. I almost just said my address out loud like a dumbass.
Damn.
And then Cam Newton, I guess, can come get one. I'm feeling bad when he's in the homeless shelter next year because he can't get a job. I guess he can come get a plate.
Yeah, yeah, I agree 100%. That was my order, actually.
Yeah, I would say the same.
So I don't feel like inviting Jalen Ramsey at all. I want AB for 1 year because maybe I'll be able to grab his wallet while he's in the bathroom. And Cam Newton, I don't know, why not? He can have as much as he
Dress is
wants
cool,
the rest of his
so
life.
it'd be entertainment.
Lifetime supply. I just think that's funny. Lifetime supply. The all access pass to my house on the second biggest holiday of the year. Cam Newton can just bust down my door. and grab a slice of ham if he's at Austin Salisbury.
Oh man,
Austin, what do you got? I haven't heard your.
I said I was probably the same with you. No AB, one time for Cam, and the rest with Ramsey.
Yeah, because he seems like an all right guy. I guess.
Yeah, he does. I haven't heard anything really bad about him. So
yeah, I mean, like Cam Newton's just an ass. Like,
yeah, right. And then Antonio Brown's just a kind of a cocky dickhead nowadays. So, and apparently he almost rapes people. So I don't want to be around that.
Not your family.
You specifically.
No, I said he almost rapes people.
Is your butthole quivering?
Hey, hold on.
Hide your sisters. Antonio Brown's coming.
You're right. No, Austin, you don't gotta look nothing up. I know what you mean.
Okay.
All right. Who's the next trio?
The next trio we got is Speck's favorite player in the NFL.
Fuck that man.
Baker Mayfield.
Cam, is that Cam Newton again?
Yeah.
Think of another quarterback that's kind of an ass.
Phillip Rivers.
Okay. Hold on, I'll think of one.
Oh yeah, Eli. Who put Eli?
Fuck that, dude. Fuck that. Okay. Okay. Well, I would be remiss if I had Baker Mayfield over. So I need Baker Mayfield gone. Jameis Winston might steal some food and leave. I don't know if you know that story about him stealing crab legs.
Crab legs, yeah.
Dude, I would have a plate of crab legs out on Thanksgiving Day just to be like, oh hey, buddy. Like, and then I don't know.
Make sure you keep a plate of crab legs under your tree. And Jameis Winston may visit you overnight.
When Jameis Winston and his homies land on the ceiling. When Jameis Winston and the crew land on the roof and bust in your window, they might steal your crab legs. And then I guess if Eli Manning can close his mouth, I guess he can come sit at my table.
Just don't look at him.
Just don't make eye contact of him making that dopey face all night.
Okay. I would personally say I don't think I'd ever want Eli Manning at my house, so I don't think I'd ever invite him.
He just nonstop talk about those 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah, exactly. And me being a Patriots fan, I wouldn't be able to stand that. And then I guess Jameis Winston could come over for one time. I don't know why not. And then Baker Mayfield, he's like the closest to my age, so I might relate to him the most, so he can come through every year.
Yeah, relate to the man making tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Hey man, I don't know what his background is. Maybe we have a similar uprising.
I mean, you both weren't that good at baseball, so I guess even though he got like drafted in the MLB. All right, I got a hot take for this next one because I think I know what Brett's gonna say.
I didn't even get to share.
Oh, Bob, no, I'm sorry.
I don't know. I wouldn't invite Eli. I'd have Baker for 1 year, and I'd have Jameis with the rest of my...
Yeah.
That's it.
An honorary Druin member. You have to knight him at the front door with the tongs.
Take 1 crab leg, go from shoulder to shoulder.
All right, Brett, did you answer that one yet?
Yeah, I would say Eli never, Baker once, and Winston as many times as he would like.
Okay, who's next?
Next is not controversial. These are all, I would say like fan favorite NFL players. Gardner Minshew, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson.
Now, I have a simple explanation for this one. I might be the only. No, maybe I won't be, but as much as it hurts, Gardner Minshew will not be getting a plate ever because I think Mahomes and Lamar Jackson would make the spiciest front lawn football game you've ever seen in your life.
You're not wrong.
But if I had to say, I guess Mahomes can no. I guess Lamar can come for the rest of his life, and Mahomes can come that for 1 year.
See, I would say Lamar. I'm sorry, he's not welcome at the Shevlin household.
Oh no!
Mama Chef doesn't want him here.
No,
Wow.
I would say Gardner Minshew once, for the memes, and then Mahomes. Mahomes every year, man. I love Patrick Mahomes.
Damn.
Okay. I would agree with you on Lamar Jackson. I don't think he's ever coming over to my family's residence. However, I think Mahomes could come get a plate for 1 year, and then Minshew could come every year as long as he doesn't shave that mustache, because I want that at my table every time I eat.
Wow.
Right next to the ham and the fucking
Right next to it.
cheese.
Oh yeah. With no questionables.
I am not inviting Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
No.
Lamar Jackson will be coming for 1 year, and Mahomes can come for the rest of his life. Forever, until he dies.
Okay. Next, we have Tyreek Hill, Odell Beckham Jr., and Juju Smith-Schuster.
All right, I think I'll start her off like I've just been doing. I think Juju is probably seems like the nicest dude on earth, so he can come catch a plate for the rest of his life. All I gotta do is hide my little cousins for the day, and Tyreek can't beat them. So I guess Tyreek can come, and I just hate OBJ. Oh my god, what a dink! So OBJ can.
I think I am
looking through the window.
I think I'm in complete agreement with you, Specs. The exact same order, yeah.
Well, OBJ, I'm sorry, man. Just no. You're not worthy.
Worthy. You're not worthy of these sprouts.
Of these
No.
sprouts.
Yeah. You think you can come get the Brussels sprouts? Eat them out of the trash when no one else eats them.
He's probably gonna show up with the wrong cleats or something.
Yeah,
and,
he'll get fined.
Thanksgiving Day cleats.
He tracks them in. He tracks mud into your house. He gets kicked out.
Juju, he can come. That one time. He like you said, he seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy.
Hill is coming over every year.
Every year, baby.
Dude, he's gonna get into a fist fight with someone. Papa Chef's gonna tell him to fight someone his own size. Yikes!
I will not be inviting OBJ. I will invite Tyreek for one plate so I can tell him how much I hate him for all the times he's beaten me in fantasy football. And then I will invite Juju Smith-Schuster every single year.
Are you going to invite Sammy Watkins?
No. Of course not.
Who's next, Brett?
Next, we have.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And
I like none of them.
In there, dude. The chain gang.
Yeah, we have the NFL prison squad
Yeah.
with Kareem Hunt, Ezekiel Elliott, and AP.
All right. So Hunt can take a hike. AP can come for the 1 year, and Zeke can come get a plate because the man's gotta eat, gotta feed the man. As long as he doesn't touch anyone, or as long as we cut all the sticks off the branches, AP can't beat any kids or something like that.
I love how we have to preface this before we say it.
All right, yeah, that's it. Zeke can come catch a plate every year.
I think I'm gonna not have Hunt over ever. I think I'd only have Zeke over for 1 year because I think he's gonna eat way too much of the food and not save any for everybody else. And I think AP can come through, although he's kind of a dick. He also, I've seen a couple interviews of him. He just seems
And
like
the
a
others
genuine guy.
aren't.
I know, right?
So he can come through
Kareem
every
Hunt
year.
kicked the
I'm on.
defensive
I have
tackle
the
in
same.
head.
I have the same squad as you, Austin.
Yeah, you have an AP jersey, don't you? You need to have him come through every year.
I
Get
have
get
an
a
AP.
signature every single year. There you go. That'd be fucking vintage, bro.
Why? All right, Brett, who you got?
I have the same order as you, Spect.
Attaboy.
Zeke can come every year, man.
Damn
I don't
right.
care.
Dude, let him like fucking truck
If-
my cousins every month. And he was like
If
first round draft pick in the family football game.
if anyone's ever met my mom, she makes way too much food, so
That's true.
maybe Zeke could help
clean
us
it up.
out a little. Yeah.
I don't. It's like 10. There's like 10 people over for the Super Bowl party, and we have like enough food to literally like solve the African hunger problem. Will we share it? No, but like. All right,
And this
so-
this last trio was
This
not
last
a rich,
one, I brought this from the heart.
Yes. So we got Jerry Jones, Tom Coughlin, and good old Garrett
All right.
Gilbert.
They can all come catch a plate because they could probably kill us all.
They're all part of the 6'2" and up squad.
All right, so Garrett Gilbert can come catch a plate every year. Tom Coughlin can come one year, and Jerry Jones could go hang out with some hookers in AT&T Center or whatever the fuck he does on his part time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I don't think I want Jerry Jones anywhere near my dinner table on Thanksgiving.
Dirty asshole man, dude. Like,
No, thank you.
Getting his crusty fingers all over my turkey.
Yeah, and I'm only gonna allow Tom Coughlin to do that one time as well.
Yeah,
so-
he's old as fuck too.
So Garrett
They're-
Gilbert, he's the only reasonable guy to come through, so he can come by every year. He's my
Jones
guy.
and Coughlin are a combined 150 years old.
Oh my god!
That's a lot of life.
Oh,
That's a lot of life that's not
that's
coming to my dinner table.
mind-boggling. Dude, they're older than the house we're eating in. I'll only have Tom Coughlin over because Tom Coughlin can coach the hell out of the family football team. And Garrett Gilbert can be the star quarterback, which that's something he'll never get to be ever again. Jerry Jones would just like sell my family football team or something like that.
It's good stuff, man. That was exciting. All right, moving on to the sneaky game of the week. I actually wrote down two, but I guess I'll pick one. My sneaky game of the week is Raiders Chiefs.
I was thinking about that one.
Yeah, I mean it's not super sneaky. Like, I mean, both teams are right there in their respective divisions. The Chiefs have a 1-game lead on the Raiders. But this could be a very pivotal game for Oakland because if they lose, I think they're pretty much like out of the playoffs. I can't really see a scenario where they get in. But yeah, I just think overall it should be a good game.
I got a good sneak. Unless you want to say your other one, I hope you don't steal it from me.
Oh no, I was
Okay.
yeah.
I got it. So a sneaky divisional matchup, big playoff implications here. The Tennessee Titans will be playing the Indianapolis Colts at 1:00 on Sunday. And that's that's looking like a pretty good game. So watch out
Yeah.
for that one because
Yeah.
there's about 100 1:00 games on Sunday, and there is just like 9, dude. It's insane. Actually,
Yeah,
that,
there really is.
that math does not add up. Actually, maybe it does.
The one that I picked is also at
There's
1.
8.
Damn it! God damn
So
it!
close. One off.
I don't have a 3.3 GPA, so
It shows. I'm sorry.
I know it does.
All right, hold on. Can I say something real quick?
No,
Unrelated. So I'm looking at the I'm looking at the ticket prices on ESPN
And it's for New York Jets at Cincinnati Bengals. It says tickets as low as $9.
Oh God.
Yo, let's
Is
go
that
see
is
a
that for
fucking
is that like the hot dog price, dude? Like
We go to Cincinnati. Oh my
Oh.
god.
that's horrid. That's absolutely decrepit. Like
I wish a
alright.
Patriot ticket was that cheap, man.
yeah, good luck. Oh my God, they are $9.
Yep. Also,
I don't. Sorry, go
Ooh,
ahead.
dude, we could
I
get
was gonna-
club. I'm sorry, we could get club seats. We could get club
How much,
seats for
20 bucks?
$88. Nothing for a football game.
that's hilarious.
We just have to basically go to prison and watch, a bunch of kids play or something like that. But like, oh, that's horrible. All right, and I'm sorry for interrupting someone.
That was me. Okay. The game that I picked was the Browns at the Steelers. I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for the Browns just because it'd be hilarious if they win this game.
The
They'll
Browns
pass the
beat them
Steelers.
like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so I don't know. The Browns are 5-6. Steelers are 6-5. If the Browns win this game, they get into the 6th spot in the playoffs, and I just think that's hilarious.
Austin, I don't mean to cut your time off because I know you're up next for your sneaky game. But when I type in Cincinnati Bengals on like Vivid Seats, I just typed in CI, and it has blessed me with the information that on Saturday, November 30th, Big Baby Gucci will be playing at the Middle East. I don't know who the hell that is, but
Big Baby Gucci.
general admission tickets are a whopping $20, so he must not be that good.
Wow.
I don't know why that just amuses
Y'all trying to
Big
go see Big
Baby.
Baby
Yeah.
Gucci live at the
Dude,
Middle East, dude?
Save our money. We're going to see Big Baby Gucci.
Fuck the Bengals, bro.
Yeah.
Might be a more interesting showing.
It could be. I mean, who are the openers? The openers might not be bad.
I have no idea. I'm gonna try to listen to some Gucci. Dude,
Anyways.
What's your sneaky game, Austin?
Oh, it's not really a sneaky game because the only game that I'm actually really interested in seeing is Monday night, Vikings Seahawks. Outside of like the
So you
Thanksgiving
don't have a
game.
sneaky game.
No, that's what I just said.
All right.
All right. Well, moving on to our very last segment, we have a special Thanksgiving pick'em. However, we did have to add the 49ers at the Ravens because that will probably end up being the NFL game of the year. So there's no reason we could leave that out,
Saying
right?
that's game of the year, really? Interesting.
Why
think
would it
would.
not be?
Yeah,
I don't
why would
know.
it not be?
I'm just interested. I don't. I wonder. I mean, matchup wise, yeah, I guess it makes sense, but I think you can't judge that until the outcome. So we'll see. Because
Well,
it
I
could
agree. I'm
it
just
could be
saying.
a boring ass game. But
Well, who did
Oh.
you pick, Austin?
for that game, the 49ers.
Of course you did.
Hey man, I've been riding them all season. I'm going to continue to ride them.
Okay. Well, I picked the Baltimore Ravens.
I also
Yeah.
did.
As did I.
Well,
Well,
Austin.
we'll see what's going on. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, moving on to tomorrow's Thanksgiving Day games. We have the Bears at the Lions.
No Matt Stafford. Lions gotta lose.
At home though,
I picked the Lions.
against the Bears, dude. Come on, who the fuck? What are the Bears going to do?
Well, Austin, have an action update.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Yo, tell
Let's
him,
hear
Brett.
it.
Tell him.
Detroit Lions undrafted rookie quarterback David Bleh will start in his team's Week 13 matchup against the Chicago Bears.
Oh shit.
So
What was
we're
the
not
name of
even
this person.
David Bleh.
We don't even know this guy. We don't even know if he's anything at all. Okay, I retract that. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Yeah, I'm going the Bears. No Jeff Driscoll. No Jeff Big Dick Driscoll.
Jeff Long Dong Driscoll. So wait, who's starting, dude? Like, run that back.
David Blow, or I don't know how to pronounce his last
Spell it out
name.
for us.
What, dude?
BLOUGH.
Literally blow. Like it's BLO. Yeah.
David Blow.
Bluh.
It's probably Bluff
David
or
Blow.
something, or Bluff.
David
or-
Blow. David Bluff.
I like blow. David Blow.
David blows.
Dave's about to make the Bears get on their knees and blow. Nah, the Bears. You got to pick the Bears.
Lions.
You're
Lions and
still
Tigers
going
and
with the
Bears.
Lions?
Yes.
With David Blow and Bo
Yes,
Scarborough?
Dude,
Yes.
watch David blow like explode.
The Blow and Bow connection.
The Blow and Bow.
Blow to bow.
Alrighty. Next, we have the Bills at Cowboys.
Bills.
Cowboys.
Got to be the Cowboys.
I want the Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm
me-
taking the Bills as well.
Oh yeah, dude.
I have to, man.
Fuck
The Cowboys are a fraud team. They cannot. Well, actually, this will be interesting because we were saying earlier in the podcast that the Bills were the Cowboys of the AFC.
Yeah, facts.
So, like,
that's interesting.
Something's
that-
gotta
it's
give.
like It's like that Spider-Man meme of them.
They're both playing
In the
teams
mirror.
over 500.
yeah.
The universe is imbalanced.
They tie. Watch them tie, dude.
Oh,
Oh
my
my-
god.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
looking forward to that game. And
Yeah,
then
look.
Thursday night, we have a rematch of a couple weeks ago, except the Saints are in Atlanta to face the Atlanta Falcons.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints. There's no way they lose to them twice in the same year.
But I mean, they're home this time, so that could be an advantage.
Oh yeah, because their record at home this year is so astounding.
I'm just saying it could be. I'm not saying that it definitely will be.
Yeah,
Context
I
clue.
mean, you make a good point. It's just, I don't know.
I will say, I will say, they do have a win at home. One of their wins was against the Eagles. They have 3 of those suckers wins. You know, I feel like all their wins have been against pretty good teams. Oh yeah, they beat the Eagles. Okay, they went down. They didn't beat good teams, but they beat half decent teams.
Oh, and also, just so we're all on the same page, the loss to the Falcons was indeed with Drew Brees healthy.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, and it wasn't even Matt Ryan. It was Matt Schaub.
That's right. Yeah,
was.
Matt Schaub torched them, dude. I remember
Yeah,
that.
like
He went on for
400,
like a career game. Yeah.
like 426 yards. The career backup, like 4 touchdowns. Like it's insane.
Maybe they need to go to Matt Schaub.
Yeah, they're using the wrong Matt.
Well, isn't Matt Ryan still hurt, or is he back?
No,
He's
I
back.
think he's back, yeah.
He is back.
Yikes, Saints.
All right.
Unless they do pull a fast one and start Matt Schaub, I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, they pull an audible 30 minutes before game time.
That's rough.
Yeah,
Actually,
facts.
before we wrap up, I have one power rankings. Kind of, not really. What's the worst division in football right now? Because there's 2 divisions where, except for the first place team, everyone else is under 500.
NFC East.
Yeah, you think so? I would say so.
Yeah, what was the other team you were thinking of?
So the NFC East has the Cowboys at barely above 500, and then the NFC South is everyone else is on besides the Saints. So
Oh, wow.
the NFC South, that's pretty rough. Like the Saints are clearly the best team, but I would say the fact that the first place team in the NFC East is just as bad as everyone else, I feel. Yeah, it's probably the NFC East, worst division in football, I would say.
Right
Well,
now, yeah, I agree.
With a close partner in the AFC South.
Yo, it's kind of intriguing that the NFC South is that bad though, because like looking at the teams, those are teams that like were good last year. You know, like the Panthers they weren't that bad.
Were
And the
were they good
Falcons.
last year?
I'm not saying they were great, but like they were better than 5 and 6, I believe. Well, obviously,
I still
but
don't. I still don't think that's true. I feel like they sucked last year, didn't they?
They
on.
are.
We're gonna
They
check.
like flip flop like every year. They're either like 10-6 or like 4-8.
What
I
team
mean,
are you
not
talking
4
about?
Okay, yeah, they were 7-9 last season, so they
What
weren't
team?
that much better.
the
the
Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Oh, actually,
They're
yeah, I
very
completely
wishy-washy.
retract what I was saying because last season that division still sucked. The Saints were 13-3, Falcons 7-9, Panthers 7-9, Bucks 5-11.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I can pull up all the standings from last season.
It's weird to think the Bucks as a franchise have won a Super Bowl. I just find that amazing.
It was like a lifetime ago.
It was 17 years ago, but still it happened, and that just blows my mind.
And it will probably never happen again. Hot takes.
Well, I don't know. Chris Godwin's going
Oh, actually, super
Off.
fire, dude. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, that has to be like the best fucking wide receiver
which
duo
is
right now.
which is like crazy to think because so like the receiving it's literally Michael Thomas, Chris Godwin, and then Mike Evans. Like you have two of the best receivers in football right now on your team, and they still can't win. It doesn't help when Jameis Winston throws 5 picks, but
He has like
Right,
20
right, that's
interceptions this
true.
season.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
bad, man. They need to keep those receivers and just get a better quarterback. Cam Newton to the Bucks? Question mark.
oh well, so what an upgrade!
Yeah.
It's just taller, fatter, running Cam Newton.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't throw 5 picks in a game. He
It's
just
literally
might throw 2 or 3.
King size Jameis Winston. Oh my god!
Anyways, yeah. Well, I don't
Quite
know.
the podcast. This episode was amazing.
This is an absolute doozy.
Yes.
Very long. I like it.
And if you'd like to listen to this podcast, we are available on Spotify, on Apple Music,
Hold on.
on YouTube.
Time out.
Make
If you would
sure-
like to listen to this podcast, they would have to be listening for you to say that, for them to hear you say that.
There goes Austin looking into everything too much.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
The
Brett.
Maybe there's a preferred platform the listener would like to use,
What's
but they
the
don't know that
preferred
we're on there.
platform? What is the preferred
Like,
platform?
well, maybe they found us on YouTube, but maybe they prefer to listen
Okay.
to things on Spotify, and now they know we're
And
on
maybe-
Spotify.
And maybe they like to fill out their Christmas list with our merch from merchroom.com. Use the 4QWY.
Hey!
Shameless merch plug once again.
Actually, before we sign off, Spect, do you have a sponsor for this
Oh
episode?
jeez, why do you gotta put me on the spot? I don't.
Okay.
This episode is sponsored by Andy's Brussels sprouts.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, by Andrew's Brussels Sprout Emporium.
Emporium. Andrew Sprout Syndicate.
What is it, a cult? The Brussels Sprout Organization.
The BBB.
Billy's Brussels Sprout Bonanza.
All right.
All right, get us out of here, Brett. We're gonna go on forever.
a
Beam me
very
up.
a very entertaining podcast. Be sure to listen to us. Be sure to listen to us next week, baby.
Happy Thanksgiving.
We'll be
Happy
back. Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.